Welcome everyone to an emergency. This is not a drill. The world record of Deep Dip 1 was just beaten by 5.5 minutes. For a quick recap, a normal clean run is like 30 minutes, I think. Around 30 minutes. I believe Scrappy and Mother like really hunted it. Got it to like 25, 22 minutes with a few cuts. Java managed to get it below 20 minutes. That is the history that most people know, that most people remember from a few years ago. However, there has been some development. A few months ago, Nebula found a new cut on the map, or rather an old cut. The sector run did it as well, I believe. But he is doing it very differently and a lot faster. There is a reactor on this map right here, and if you set yourself up very well, you can do this flight right here. You fly outside of the tower, fly back up, and land from, or fly from floor 3 all the way to floor 9. This was Nebula's run, finished the map in 16 minutes. Later, Java improved it a little bit to a 12:57 with the same strat, I believe. So yeah, also doing a reactor flight here, same thing, like this, and then flying back up. This was a really good run. Like, I remember Java, after he got this one, he was thinking, I could have maybe gained like a minute or so, maybe. I think he had a small mistake then. But other than that, it was pretty much perfect. So how in the world does Dosonian have a 7:25 minutes? Let's take a look. That was a long intro, but I hope you're ready, because I don't know if I am. Dosonian, he was one of the more recent Deep Dip 1 finishers. I think he spent many hundreds of hours on finishing the map for the first time. He's basically a Deep Dip 1 player, you would say. Like, there are some people who specialize on specific maps, and for Dosonian, this is a Deep Dip 1. He basically only plays this. 340 hours it was for him. 340 hours for his first finish. Yeah, you can also see on his triangle. I think he is a fan of Deep Dip 1. And apparently, there is a... How do you even gain 5.5 minutes on that? How? How would you gain 5.5 minutes? I wanna see, together with you guys. Let's see how this is possible. No spoilers, please. No spoilers if you know anything. 99 hours for world record and 240 hours for the first finish. Okay, I see. That is interesting. That is interesting. I mean, just a better reactor wouldn't gain 5 minutes, right? There must be more. There must be a different thread, something. We'll see. First of all, floor 1 or floor 0, super clean, actually. I mean, you've probably driven it many times already at this point, but this was really clean. That one reactor that comes up, that is pretty early into the map. Imagine doing like a reactor cut setup that takes 3 minutes to get there. I could never. How is this possible? 5.5 minutes faster. Also, apparently I was told earlier, a virtual uploaded a video about this run, 12:57 by Java, and called the world record, or the video, this world record might be unbeatable now. And it was beaten by 5.5 minutes. So yeah, let's see what happened here. Can I title this as well? This might be unbeatable now. But for real. Also, Lamb gifting us up to Dosonian as well. Probably deserved. Let's take a look. This was way more mentally draining to do. I cried like 2 days before I beat it. Oh shit. Okay, let's see. So scared at the end. I can't imagine. Let's watch. Let's watch how and what is happening. So this reactor setup that we saw earlier happens on this floor right here. This is the floor where they do this reactor setup. So it takes like 2.5 minutes to get here. First of all, that was pretty clean. Okay, he goes to the right here. I don't know what the old setup was. Goes on the left side on purpose to get onto the plastic a little bit cleaner. Then up here. Yeah, this is such a convoluted line. What was the sector time? Does anybody remember? Does this beat the sector time by Schmanuel with all of the cards, everything together? I feel like this might be it. This is the same route as in the Nebula and Java runs. Okay, I see. Was a 709. That's so close. That's insane. Like, you're going to finish this tower. Wait a second. Pause for a sec. Just to give a small context, right? The car is here. You know? We're 3 minutes 20 in. So we're almost halfway. It's right there. The car is there. This is the tower. The car is there. You're finishing this in half the time now. Half the time it took to get there. And then you just need to get all the way to the top now. How? How is this possible? It uses the reactor as well, it seems. Okay, some setup problems there. I think there's a very precise setup that you need to do here. You need to line yourself up perfectly at this spot. Yes, okay, slowly lining yourself up. Let me change the camera so we can actually see something. Wait. There you go. Okay, watching. So perfectly set yourself up. And now... is it correct? Looks good now. Goes back into position. Set up the gear correctly. Breathe one last time. It's a little bit right still. And now goes. Counter steer. Fly. You go through a higher part. What? Okay, I knew it was gonna be so... That's all the way! That's floor 14! Oh my god, the turtle. Drop down here, I think. It's probably safe. No, you act... Okay, you're going for that. That's so much more risky. Oh my god. I don't know how close the dirt is. Okay, I was going to drop down. I would have fallen. Oh my god, of course you land turtled. Ah, that's so scary. Oh my god. This is like a once in a lifetime landing and you land turtled. What do you do? Nice, okay. Kept your composure. Okay, I wanna, before we continue this, I wanna see this reactor flight. So this is a little bit of a different setup than what we saw previously. So, you can see here, it's a lot more straight upwards. We watched the world record earlier once already, or the old line. Let me actually line that up once here. So this is how Jave did it. So he drops down here. This is the attempt. He drops down. He doesn't countersteer as much. You see, like, Dosonian fully countersteered in the air, I think. Jave doesn't. Or only steers now. It is pretty much similar, but they turn to then fly out of the tower instantly and go sideways. So, wait, camera? Oh wait, I'm stuck in this camera. That's why. Here. So, they go out of this window. That's where they fly out. And the thing is, with reactor, once you touch it, you have 6 seconds for the flight. Right? Let's see Dosonian setup again. Lands here. Let's go into normal camera again. So, lands here into the reactor flight. Right. Here. And it's a lot straighter. He doesn't do this 180 turn, so he just keeps this flight. And then, if we look in camera again, so remember, like Jave, Nebula, they flew out there. He goes straight through this hole here to the top. That's so tight. That's so much tighter than I thought it would be. Wait. Who's that? I think that's my PB, right? That's my PB. My PB. Oh yeah, I finished this map as well at some point. But yeah, I was wondering, like, saying hi, hello, like, that's really funny from my perspective, from my car. Like, I'm just driving normal and then there's one car flying like that. But yeah, what I want to point out is just how close this is. Like, it goes understated just how close this reactor flight is. You don't have that much space, that much control. Would be so easy to hit the walls or the roof or something here. But he manages to survive it. And then flies up like this. And he's a lot quicker. He uses the 6 seconds of time that you have so much more effective. You have so much more speed. And the reactor, by the way, runs out here. What in the world? This is one of the most insane reactor flights I've ever seen. The reactor ran out here from this You still fly all the way up there just from the speed alone. The reactor already ran out. That's insane. But you just have the speed already to just fly all the way to the top like this. That's so crazy. Dude, you almost flew all the way to the top. Wait, what? Imagine you do the same thing, but you just land here, you know? And the finish is right there. Dude, imagine. What? Okay, then the 30 here, of course. Survived it. Nice, clean. Now, get composure again. Oh my god. That's insane. I've never seen a reactor heat that high, I think, with this kind of setup. That's insane. That's such a difficult setup. And you remember, again, you need 3 minutes to get to that reactor in the first place. What? In practice, I put in 25,000 attempts to learn it, and during that time I landed 15 final landings. Holy shit. What? Nebula almost finished in editor. Oh wow. That's insane. That is insane. 25,000 attempts. Oh boy. That's insane. I mean, understandable. You can see it pay off. All of the effort. Do you do normal route here? Or will you do the cut on the final floor? A lot of people actually consider the cut easier. So let's see. There's a cut that you can do with the looping. Oh, you're so scared. I mean, it's deep dip. Obviously, there's no checkpoints. You spent over 100 hours just trying to get this once. You're going normal way. You're not going normal way, never mind. Didn't go for the bounce. I would have been very surprised if you went for the pipe with this. With the 3,000 for the first finish, 11,000 from the world record, and 25,000 for practice, we are at 40k-ish. This is a different looping, I think. So this is the cut, basically. There's, at the very end here, you can just drive the normal route here and everything, which a lot of people also did for the first finishes. But for some reason, this looping here has a booster hidden in it. So if you just drop down there, get speed, enough speed. Is it enough? Are you going? No, not yet. It is enough speed. It is enough speed, but you're just scared. It's understandable. Going now? Going now. So much speed and land on the top. Nice. Where now I can write 40,000 attempts into the YouTube thumbnail. Perfect. Oh my god. I can't believe that. What an insane reactor. Congrats. Okay, I shouldn't say congrats before you actually go into the finish, even though we kind of know what's going to happen. Oh my god, wow. You land here, that's... Do you go for it? You do. Clean finish. And you finish Deep Dip 1 in 7 minutes. Just like that. 7 minutes. That's so crazy. Wow. Yeah, congrats, Dosonian. I don't know if anybody will ever beat this. I mean, we've said that for all the previous world records. But this one, oh, wow. I mean, you would think other people will try. You would think, but wow. What a world record. Insane stuff. What a reactor flight. And then keeping your composure, actually finishing. Like, you get one chance, you know? Like, one chance in like 100 hours of trying with so much practice before. You get one chance. And you gotta use it, you know? It's not like, this is a lot harder to get up here with this reactor flight than just driving the map normal, you know? Like, when you drive the map normal, you learn everything, you get consistent on everything. This is one chance you get. So I think this is like a lot harder than just finishing the map normally. Even though it's obviously a lot shorter and you skip a lot of stuff, it's actually harder. And then, you know, keeping your composure for the ending and everything. Insane stuff. Congrats. Holy shit. Wait, there's a streamable. Wait. One more thing before we end the video. Okay, apparently Nebula once got this flight right here. Drop down in editor. This is in training, right? Flies through the same hole as well. Gets so much speed. You can see the speedometer here actually. So right here it's 500. Then 600, 700, 800, 900 speed. And you just fly. Wait, where are you? That is the... Oh my god, that's the finish. What was that camera? How are you supposed to see anything? Oh my god. Did you ever release? No, he didn't release. He never released. Okay, until the ending. But that's the finish. Yeah, just do that. Finish the map in 3 minutes. If you get this, you can finish the map in under 4 minutes for sure. 3 minutes something, it's possible. Yeah, good luck. Good luck, I guess. Oh my god. That's insane. But yeah, there you go. That's the new Deep Dip 1 world record right there. Oh wow. Like, this leaderboard is so fucked now. Like, you have so many times around 30 minutes or so, 40 minutes, which are just normal times driven. This was world record, by the way, at some point. When I drove my time, it was world record. Okay, I'm at least top half. 29 finishers now. 29 finishers. And with what used to be world record, I'm now 12. But yeah, then so many people close. Then really good times here. 25 minutes, 22 minutes. Then 16 minutes with a cut. 12 minutes and 7. That's insane. Like, this looks like the most uncompetitive leaderboard ever, but it actually is like one of the most competitive. Alright, but there you go. I hope you enjoyed the reaction here to the new world record. Again, congrats to Dosonian. And we'll see if this ever gets beaten or not. Definitely, if anybody ever tries to, they will need to pose monumental effort to try to beat this kind of reactor flight, flying from floor 13 all the way to floor 14, skipping 11 floors in one go. Well, GG. Congrats.